Hello everyone, welcome back to another stream. How are you all? Hi, hey dear Janvi, welcome. How are you doing, dear? Here is your beautiful name. I hope you all are doing well, guys. How's your day going? Welcome. Chavi, hi. Hey guys, comment your beautiful names and how you are doing. Happy Sunday to all of you. Hi, Mary Bond dear, welcome back. How are you doing? Welcome. Aurora, hi dear Aurora. How are you? Here is your beautiful name. Siddharth, hi Siddharth, welcome. How are you? Hi, welcome. I am good, dear Maribon. How about you? So good to have you here, guys. Hi, Priya. Welcome. Here is your good name. Hi, Arpita. Welcome. Hello, dear Ayushi. How are you? Here is your beautiful name. Swati. Hi, Swati. Welcome. Here is yours. It's Noe. Hello, dear Noe. Here is a good name. It's Miklan. Hi. How are you? Here is a beautiful name. It's Himanya. Hi, Himanya. How are you? Here is your beautiful name. Arshi. Hi, dear Arshi. Here is yours. Welcome. It's Maud. Okay. Here is yours. Jasmine. Hey, Jasmine. Your name is on the thumbnail for this live. Dear, it is a good name. Hi, dear Jacob. Welcome. How are you? It's Natasha. Hi, Natasha. How are you? Here is a beautiful name. Welcome. Rafid is here. Hi, Rafid. Welcome back. How are you? Angela. Hey, Angela. Welcome, dear. ¿Cómo estás? Welcome. It's Elmer. Hi, dear Elmer. How are you? Hello, dear Rohit. Welcome, Rohit. Here is a good name. How are you doing? It's Ayushman. Hi, dear Ayushman. Welcome. How are you? Here is a beautiful name. Molly is here. Hi, dear Molly. Here is yours. It's Delila. Hi, dear Delila. Here is a good name. It's Medina. Hello, dear Medina. Here is yours. Bilad. Hi Bilad, how are you? Here is your beautiful name, Aradhya. Hi Aradhya. Here is yours. Welcome. Hey, I like the two beers. Oh, thank you. It's Saim. Hi, dear Saim. It is a good name. Nazirul is here. Hi, Nazirul. Welcome, dear. How are you doing? Abigail. Hi, Abigail. Welcome. Here is yours. It's Nadira. Hi, Nadira. Welcome. Here is a good name. Sachin and Andy. Okay. Here you go. It's Saurav. Hi, Saurav. Okay, so my voice is back, guys. How are you all doing? Welcome back. Raj. Hi, Raj. Welcome. Hey, Valisa. I'm muted because there is some sound coming from outside. That's why. Hey, Arshay. Welcome. Can you guys hear me now? Hello, dear Nay. Here is a good name. It's Abby. Hi, dear Abby. Here is your beautiful name. Thank you so much for subscribing, Abby. Here is your good name. It's Ashmita. Hi, Ashmita. Welcome. How are you? Hey, Valisa. How are you doing? I like your good name. Thank you so much for joining. Hello, dear Isna. Here is yours. How are you? Surya is here. Hi, dear Surya. Here is your good name. Oh, let me read it. Yeah. Here is yours. Welcome. Have a good day. Isa. Hey, dear Isa. Hello. Hi. How are you? It's Taha. Hi, Taha. Mohit is here. Hi, Mohit. Welcome. Oh, it's lagging right now. It's Javier. Hi, dear Javier. How are you? Here is your good name. Is MSD7. What is the meaning of this? My name is Ishal. Thank you for joining, dear. Hello, dear Alia. It is a good name. Welcome. It's Zainab. Hi, Zainab. How are you doing? Hello, dear Jessica. Here is a good name. It's Hannah. Hey, Hannah, dear. Welcome back. How are you doing? One of my favorite names. Welcome. Here is a good name. Hello, dear Caleste. Here is yours. Welcome. My name is Ishar. Hi, Riza. Welcome. Here is yours. It's Arisa. Hi, Arisa. Here is a good name. Welcome. It's Pipa. Hello, dear Pipa. Here is a good name. I am good, dear. How about you? Thank you for asking. Hello, dear Chloe. It's Aki. Hi, dear Aki. Oh, good name. Thank you so much. Glad you liked it, dear. It's Meenakshi. Hi, Meenakshi. How are you? Here is a good name. Hello, dear Vasila. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. Have a good day. It's Darian. Hello, dear Darian. Here is yours. Guys, one thing you can do for me, you just have to double tap on your screens like this with your beautiful little hands. Thank you so much. It's Mohit. Hi, dear Mohit. Here is your good name. It's Anzal. Hi, dear Anzal. Here is your good name. Hey, dear Samita. Samita is here. Have a good day, dear Samita. How are you? Hey, welcome. Hello, dear Manasvi. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. It's Joy. Hi, dear Joy. How are you? Sati is here. Hi, dear Sati. Here is your beautiful name. Hello, dear Hyla. Here is yours. It's Rafaela. Hi, welcome. Here is your good name. Hello, dear Anuskia. Okay, dear Anuskia. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. Hey, dear. Here is yours. How are you? It's Carlson. Hi, dear Carlson. Here is your good name. Kane is here. Hello, dear Kane. How are you? It's Sajan. Hello. Welcome. How are you? Jazel is here. Hi, dear Jazel. Here is your beautiful name. Hello, dear Shinobu. Shinobu. Hi. Welcome. Hello, dear me from Indonesia. Oh, so good to have you here. It's Kaina. Kaina is from Indonesia too. Hi, dear Kanya. Here is a good name. Welcome. It's Pankaj. Hi, dear Pankaj. Here is your good name. It's Kaina. Let me rewrite. Here is yours. Hello, dear Shiva. Here is your good name. Welcome. You're from India. So good to know, dear. Welcome. Saba is here. Hi, Saba. How are you? It's Kenai. Hello. Here is yours. JJ is here. Hi, JJ. Welcome, dear. How are you? It's Ambrose. Hi. Here is a good name. Angel is here. Hi, Angel. How are you? Hello, dear Zane. Here is a good name. It's Tamanna. Hi, Tamanna. How are you? Hello, dear. It's Zanglian. Here is your good name. Hi, Kashif. How are you? Here is yours. Welcome. It's Mim. Hi, dear Mim. How are you? Hello, dear Aram. Aram is here. Hi. Here is yours. Hello, dear Kritika. Kritika is here. Hi, Kritika. How are you doing? Welcome. Alif. Hi, dear Alif. Here is a good name. It's Fixie. Hi, dear Fixie. Here is yours. It's Electra. Hello, pretty Electra. Here is a good name. It's Electra, Electra and Allegra. Such a rhyming names. Welcome. Here is yours. Hey, dear Zayday. Happy birthday to you. Here is yours. It's Hershali. Hi, Hershali, dear. Welcome. How are you? Here is a good name. It's Kadang. Hello, dear Kadang. How are you? Here is yours. G is here. Hi. Minho for you. Welcome, dear. How are you doing? It's A, V, and S. Hello, Amre. Welcome back. How are you doing? It's Ajwa. Hi, dear Ajwa. Here is a good name. Hello, dear Hansa. So good to have you here, dear. It's Zokte. Hey, Zokte. Welcome. Here is yours. Electra. Okay, Electra, dear. If you want a screenshot of your name, you can watch my live later too, dear. But it's okay, you can take it now. Guys, she's taking screenshot and you just have to do one thing. Double tap on your screens like this with your beautiful little hands. Thank you so much. Yeah, you both are from Indonesia. Thank you for joining, guys. Lots of done. Thank you for telling. It's Sam. Have a good day. Here is a good name. It's Sneha. Hi, Sneha. Welcome. How are you? Zan is here. Hello, dear Zan. Here is a good name. Hello, dear Adyan. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. Hi, dear Adila. Here is yours. Welcome. It's Moha. Hello, Moha. How are you? Hello, dear ASV. Welcome. Here is yours. Hi, dear Aliha. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. Olia. Hi, dear Olia. Here is yours. Hello, dear Carmen. Welcome, Carmen. How are you doing? It's Satish. Hi, dear Satish. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear. Thanks. You're most welcome. It's Tace. Hi, dear. Here is your good name. Hassan is here. Hi, Hassan. Welcome. Here is yours. Let's see, guys, who is here. Hi, dear Husna. Merhaba. Here is your beautiful name. Is Zahra. Hi, Zahra. Welcome. Hello, dear Mooney. Here is your beautiful name. It's Rom. Hi, dear Rom. Here is yours. Welcome. Suhani is here. Hi, dear Suhani. Here is your beautiful name. Please, big fan. Thank you so much, dear. What is your good name? Means a lot for me. Hi, Kritisha. Here is your good name. Welcome. Hello, dear. It's Muha Muharram and Moy. Here is yours. Welcome. Oh, thanks a lot. It's Sanami. Hi, dear Sanami. Here is a good name. It's Elene. Hi, dear Elene. Here is a good name. My name is Sophia. Hi, Sophia. Welcome, dear. You have such a beautiful name. Here is yours. Yeshi. Hello, dear Yeshi. Here is yours. Have a good day. Sohail is here. Hi, Sohail. Welcome. It's Teju. Hi, dear Teju. Here is your beautiful name. It's Amy. Hi, dear Amy. How are you? Hello, dear Satish. Satish is here. Hi Satish, how are you? Hello, dear Hawks. Why not? Here is yours. Welcome. It's Gala. Hi, dear Gala. Here is a beautiful name. My name is Bella. Oh, so good to have you here, dear Bella. It is a beautiful name. It's Malay. Hi, dear Malay. Why not? Here is a beautiful name. Anju. Hi, Anju. Welcome. It's Sabit. Hi, dear Sabit. Here is yours. Hello, dear Stephanie. Stephanie is here. Hi. Welcome. Have a good day. It's Rex. Hello. Welcome. Basim is here. Hi, dear Basim. You have such a unique name. Here is yours. Hello, dear Ayanisha. Ayanisha. Oh, what a unique name. Here is yours. Welcome. Hello, dear Elisa. Here is your good name. How are you? Fahad is here. Hi, dear Fahad. Here is yours. Lovely. Hi, dear Lovely. Here is your good name. Welcome. It's Sinoj. Hi, dear Sinoj. Here is yours. Hello, dear Lashira. Here is your good name. Welcome. Emma. Hi, Emma. Here is yours. Guys, one thing you can do for me. Hey, Scar, you just have to double tap on your screens like this with your beautiful little hands, and there is a subscribe button too. Hi, Dala, welcome back. Waiting for your beautiful finger press. That's right, Scar. Hey, dear Scar. How are you doing? It's Dala. Hi, dear Dila. Welcome back. How are you? Noor is here. Hello, dear Noor. Here is a good name. Hello, dear Wajiha. Here is your beautiful name. Have a good day. Shubu is here. Hi, Shubu. Here is yours. Have a good day. Hello, dear Ella. Here is yours, Alex. Hey, Alex. How are you doing? Have a good day. It's Mustafa. Hi, Mustafa. Welcome. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Otis. Otis is here. Welcome. It's Shafi. Hi. Here is yours. Hello, dear Ifnan. Hi, Ifnan. Welcome. It's Erican. Hi, dear Erican. Here is a good name. Hello, dear Adib. Here is yours. Welcome. Hina is here. Hi, dear Hina. Here is a beautiful name. Mocha. Hi, dear Mocha. Have a good day. Hello, dear. Hi, Shri. Welcome, dear Shri. Here is a good name. Aileen is here. Hi, Aileen. How are you? Here is yours. You're most welcome, Adib. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you, dear Mocha. It's Marwan. Hi, dear Marwan. How are you? Pihu is here. Hello, dear Pihu. It is a good name. It's Harsh. Hi, Harsh. How are you? It is a beautiful name. Hello, dear Prajuna. Here is yours. Welcome. Thank you so much for subscribing. Adel, here is your good name. Welcome. How are you doing? Hello, dear Bella. Why not? Oh, we have another Bella. Welcome. Here is your good name. It's Constance. Hello, dear Constance. Here is yours. Welcome. Carmen. Hi, dear Carmen. How are you doing? Here is yours. Yes. Yes. It's Menon. Hi, Menon. Her name is Bella too, and she thought that I called her. So that's why she's speaking meow. Hi, dear Gonta. Here is a good name. It's Diyal. Hi, dear Diyal. Here is a good name. Emilia is here. Hi, dear Emilia. Here is your beautiful name. Let's see who is here. Astera. Hi, dear Astera. Here is your good name. Lara. Hey. You're so cool. Here is yours. Hello, dear Amelia. Here is your beautiful name. Let's see who is next. It's Lily. Hi, Lily. How are you? Hi, dear Nina. Here is your good name, Minas. Hi, Daniela. Hello, dear Daniela. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Mike. Here is your good name, Duru. Hi, welcome. It's Raquel. Hello, dear Raquel. How are you? Hi, dear Kyrie. Here is your beautiful name. It's Suwo. Hi, dear Suwo. Here is yours. Let's see who is here. It's Jenna. Hi, Jenna. Welcome. Stella is here. Hi, dear Stella. Here is a good name. It's Kiao. Hi. Here is your beautiful name. Guys, one thing you can do for me, you just have to double tap on your screens like this with your beautiful little hands. Let's move to the next name. It's Lucas. Hi, dear Lucas. Here is yours. It's Ray. Hello, dear. Here is your good name. Welcome. Hi, Suryani. Thank you so much for subscribing, dear Suryani. Here is your beautiful name. Amaya is here. Hi, dear Amaya. How are you? Here is a good name. Aisha. Hi, dear Aisha. Here is your beautiful name. It's Camila. Hello, dear Camila. Here is yours. Gia is here. Hi, dear Gia. How are you doing? Have a good day. It's Rehal. Hi, Rehal. How are you? Wasim is here with double S. Hello, dear Wasim. Here is a good name. Hi, dear Aziza. Here is your beautiful name. Hello, dear Malay and Emma. Here is yours. Welcome. Hi, dear Bonica. How are you? Let's write your name. Here is yours. Hello, dear Leia. Here is a good name. It's Salsabelle. Okay. Salsabelle. Here is yours. Hey, dear Cassie. How are you doing? Here is a good name. Welcome. Thank you so much for subscribing, guys. Don't forget to double tap on your screens with your beautiful little cute hands like this. Double tap on your screens like this. It's Somi. Hi, dear Somi. Here is your beautiful name. It's Sai. Hi, dear Sai. Welcome. Bilal. Hello. How are you? Here is yours. Aliza is here. Hi, dear Aliza. Here is your beautiful name. Hello, dear Ayana. Here is your good name. Welcome. How are you doing? Hello, dear Abdullah Khan. Let's write your name. Abdullah and Khan. Here is yours. Hi, how are you? Olga, welcome back, dear. How are you doing? Hi, dear Asian. Here is a good name. Hello, Olga. You're from Brazil, right? Here is yours. It's Ella. Hi, dear Ella. Here is a good name. Rafakat is here. Hi, dear Rafakat. Here is your beautiful name. Bishan. Hi, Bishan. Welcome. Melia. Oh, dear Melia. How are you doing? It's Tiara. Hi, dear Tiara. Here is your good name. It's Zahida. Hi, Zahida. Welcome. How are you? Hello, dear. Let's try Ronald. Ronald, should I put the O? Hey, dear Abby. Here is your good name. Welcome. Hello, dear Elia. Here is yours. Welcome. Enila. Hi, dear Enila. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. Thanks. You're most welcome, dear. It's Joel. Hello, dear Joel. Guys, let's see who's gonna be the 100. You just have to double tap on your screens like this with your beautiful little hands. Let's move to the next name, which is Daya. Hi, Daya. It's Lucas. Hi, Lucas. How are you? Here is yours. Welcome. Hello, hi, Abrish. Hi, dear Abrish. Here is your good name. It's Joshua. Hi, welcome. Here is yours. Veronica is back. Hello, dear Veronica. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. SXB. Here is yours. Hi. Hello. How are you? I'm your brother. Welcome back. Hello, dear Nana. Here is a good name. It's Kim Jua. Kim Jua is here. Hi. How are you? Welcome. Let's see. Thank you. You're most welcome, dear. Vicky is here. Hi, dear Vicky. Here is your beautiful name. Thank you, dear Veronica. Have a good day. It's Absay. Hello, dear Absay. Ma'am, how is it going? Nice. How about you? How's your day going? Hi, Fabiha. Welcome. It's Ada. Hi, dear Ada. Did any of my girl came? Not yet. Because you have many, right? Hi, dear Abira. Here is a good name. It's Derry. Hi, dear Derry. Here is yours. It's Ajla. Hello, dear Ajla. Here is yours. It's Shayan. Hello, dear Shayan. Here is a beautiful name. Dennis is here. Hi, Dennis. How are you? Here is yours. And the same to you. Oh, thank you so much. Nice meeting you, dear. Hi, Kelsey. Here is a good name. It's Swada. Oh, there is a fly. Hi, dear Swada. How are you? Here is a beautiful name. It's Sunai. Hi, Sunai. Welcome. How are you? Hi, dear Abhimanyu. That's right. Abhimanyu for you. Manyu for you. Hello, dear Abhimanyu. How are you doing? Here is your good name. Welcome. It's Usman. Hi, Usman. How are you? Here is yours. It's Diara. Hi, Diara. How are you doing, dear? Hi, dear Varisa. Here is yours. Welcome. Aura. Plus, plus, plus. Here is your good name. Welcome. Guys, one thing you can do for me, you just have to double tap on your screens like this with your beautiful little cute hands. Let's see who is here. It's Demla. Hi, dear Demla. How are you? Ronaldo. Oh, that's right. Here is yours. Hello, dear. It's Jay. It's Jayja. Hello. Here is yours. Welcome. How are you? Hi, dear Emma. Here is your good name. Welcome. It's Danny. Hey, dear Danny. It is a good name. Siafira. Hi, Siafira. How are you? Have a good day. It is a beautiful name. Hello, dear. It's Sedar. Hi, Sedar. How are you? Welcome, dear. Aradhya is here. Hi, dear Aradhya. Here is your good name. Welcome. Hi, Ruka. Welcome, dear Ruka. How are you? Here is a beautiful name. How are you? Hi Ganesh, welcome. Have a good day. Here is a good name. It's Ulku. Hi dear Ulku. Here is yours. Welcome. Oh, let me rewrite the you. Welcome. Please, I'm back. Hi, welcome back. What's your good name? It's Harivansh. Hi, Harivansh. Here is your good name. Welcome. It's oh, welcome back. Here is yours. Yeah, of course, why not? No worries at all. It's Asia. Hi, dear Asia. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. It's hello, Avina. Here is your good name. Welcome, dear Avina. Hey, dear Uma. Welcome. Martina is here. Hi, Martina. Welcome, dear. Here is yours. Hey, dear. Ada. Here is your good name. Welcome. It's what is your name? It's Njunju. Oh, here is yours. Welcome. Guys, if your name got done here, don't forget to double tap there. What I am saying. Okay, let's move to the next name. It's Joy. Hi, dear Joy. Here is a good name. It's Buddy. Hi, dear Buddy. Here is yours. Hello, dear Ibrar. Here is a good name. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. It's Joel. Hello, dear Joel. Here is your good name. It's Grisha. Hi, dear Grisha. Have a good day. Welcome. Emma. Hi, dear Emma. Here is yours. Hello, dear. Abhay, your name is done twice, dear. Or maybe 3 times in this stream. Now, what are you saying? Hello, dear Hope. It's your Hope J Hope. Hi, Arnav. Hello, dear Arnav. Here is your good name. Welcome. Hello, dear Basam. Hi, Basam. Welcome. How are you? Here is yours. It's Zainab. Hi, dear Zainab. Here is a good name. Hannah is here. Hi, Hannah. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. It's Aryan. Hi, Aryan. Welcome back. How are you doing today? Hey, dear. It's very safe. Okay. Thank you so much, dear. God bless you too. Here is a good name. Adelina. Hi, dear Adelina. Oh, there is a fly flying in my stream. Adelina is here. Hi, dear Adelina. Here is a good name. Hey, dear fly. Why are you flying there? Go outside and have fun. Okay, let's move to the next name, which is Rohit. Hi, dear Rohit. Here is yours. And guys, please ignore the fly. Let's see who is there. It's Lena. Capital. All capital. What are you doing? I'm writing names. Hey, dear Hania. Here is your beautiful name. Here is yours. Oh, Captain Lena. Oh, hey, dear Captain. How are you? Hi, dear Fatima. Here is a good name. Hello, dear Callie. And there is a fly. Fly is back. Oh, okay. No, I'm not gonna talk about the fly. Let me rewrite Callie. Let's focus. Focus. Focus and believe. Hey, dear Callie. Here is a good name. It's Dua. Hi, dear Dua. Here is a good name. It's Arnav. Hi, dear Arnav. Here is a beautiful name. Hello, dear Mohina. Here is yours. Have a good day. It's Lydia. Hi, dear Lydia. Here is yours. It's Selwyn. Hi, dear Selwyn. How are you? Here is yours. I am good. Thank you for asking, dear. Same here. I'm good too. Have a good day. Hi, Summer. Welcome. How are you? Kiru is here. Hi, dear. Kiru. Here is a good name. It's Anushka. Hi, dear Anushka. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. Jeff is here. Hi, dear Jeff. Here is yours. It's Ayla. Hi, dear Ayla. Here is a good name. Hello, dear Juju. Here is yours. Guys, one thing you can do for me, you just have to double tap on your screens like this with your beautiful little hands and just give me 1 second. Okay, thank you so much for your patience, guys. Let's move to the next name, which is Aisha. Hi, dear Aisha. Here is a good name. Hello, dear Yagmur. Here is yours. Welcome. It's Azalea. Hi, dear Azalea. Here is a good name. Hi, dear Shivam. Here is yours. You're most welcome, dear. Thank you so much for joining. Have a good day. Keep shining always. It's Dana. Hi, dear Dana. Here is yours. It's Tuner. Hi, dear Tuner. How are you? It's Nuha. Hi, dear Nuha. Here is your good name. Arif is here. Hi, Arif. Welcome. Oh, happy birthday. Hi, Nazli. Here is your good name. Welcome. It's Increase. Oh, what is your name? Let me check the spelling of yours. Cereis. Here is your good name. Welcome. Hi, Usman. How are you? Here is your good name. Hello, dear Ahmad. Here is yours. Welcome, Ahmad. It's Factory. Factory is here. Hi. Hello, dear Bushra. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. Miriam is here. Hi, dear Miriam. Here is yours. Welcome. Gold Soda. Hi, dear Gold Soda. Here is a good name. Hi, how are you? Anna. Hi, dear Anna. Here is your beautiful name. Guys, one thing you can do for me, you just have to double tap on your screens like this with your beautiful little hands. Let's try Siru. Hi, Siru. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, Nubia. Welcome. How are you? You're most welcome, dear. Have a good day. Here is yours. Hi, Tala. Welcome. How are you doing? It's Sonia. Hi, Sonia, dear. Here is your good name. It's Rahman. Hi, dear Rahman. How are you? Here is yours. It's Javeria. Hi, Javeria. Here is your good name. Thank you. You're most welcome. It's Lana. Hi, dear Lana. Elmar is here. Hello, dear Elmar. Here is a good name. Welcome. Hello, dear Idania. Idania is here. Hi, Idania. Welcome. It's Ante. Hello, dear Ante. Here is a good name. Ziva. It's Ziva. I am good, dear Ziva. How about you? Bye bye. Have a good day. It's Huria. Hi, dear Huria. Here is your beautiful name. Yuvraj is here. Hi, Yuvraj. How are you? Here is yours. It's Anhad. Hi, Anhad. Welcome. Here is a good name. I'm doing good. How about you? Dear moderator, welcome back. Here is yours. Guys, one thing you can do for me. You just have to double tap on your screens like this. I am fine. Oh, so good to have you here, dear. Good to hear. Hello, dear Ankit. Here is your beautiful name. It's Sarah. Hi, Sarah. Welcome. How are you? Hello, dear Miriam. Miriam is here. Hi. Hello, me. Kurdistan. You are from Kurdistan. Name Kurdistan. Okay. Let's write your good name. Have a good day. Lots of love. Hi Vaishnavi, welcome. Let's write your name. Vaishnavi. Here is yours. Welcome. It's Eva. Hi dear Eva, how are you? Muskan is here. Hi Muskan, how are you doing? Here is a good name. Hello dear Ria. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. Tanvi. Hi dear Tanvi. How are you? Here is your good name. Hello dear Tahida. Here is your beautiful name. It's Georgia. Hi dear Georgia. Yeah, on the right track. Here is yours. What? Hi star. Dear moderator, what are you talking about? Here is yours. Hi Umar, welcome. Here is a good name. Hi Bhavika. How are you? Here is your good name. Welcome. Asad is here. Hi dear Asad. Here is a good name. It's Emma. Hi. Shannon. Hi dear Shannon. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. Feruza is here. Hello dear Feruza. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome dear. How are you doing? Hey dear Himangi. Here is yours. My nephew. No, I don't have any. Hi dear Jata. Here is your good name. It's Nigina. Hi Nigina. Here is your good name. It's Gani. Hello dear Gani. Here is yours. Thank you. You're most welcome. Thank you so much. It's Bahlil. Hi dear Bahlil. Here is your good name. It's Amina. Hi dear Amina. Here is yours. Zamran and Kabir. How do you know about Kabir? Even I forgot him. Hello dear Achin. Here is yours. It's me Mithun. Here is a good name. I think one ID is yours and the other is Amul's maybe. I'm not confirmed but maybe I think. Hi Leo, welcome. It's Ugani. Here is your good name. How are you? Ziyad is here. Hello dear Ziyad. Here is a good name. It's Hiru. Hi dear Hiru. Ayan is here. Hello dear Ayan. Here is your beautiful name. Hi dear Siri. Here is yours. Welcome. Guys, don't forget to press the subscribe button right there. It's Emily. Oh, I love roses, dear Emily. Here is your good name. Achin, is it a good name? Yes, of course. Why not? Achin, you have such a unique name. I haven't seen this name before. Hi, dear Isabel. Here is your good name. Welcome. Ravi. Thank you so much, Ravi. Patel. Here is a good name. Thank you so much. Hi, Harley. welcome. No, I was not really. then, then I don't know. What was I about to write? Ruhi, okay. Okay, here is yours. Welcome. Hello, dear Mehrab. Here is your good name. Welcome. It's Zaidan. Hello, dear Zaidan. Here is yours. Harley. Yes, thank you so much for reminding me. Here is your good name. It's Alia. Hi, dear Alia. Here is yours. Nawab Khan. Walaikum Assalam. It's Binamos. Hi. Here is yours. Welcome. Hey, dear Jihan. Here is your good name. Welcome. It's Stephanie. Hey, how are you doing, dear Stephanie? Here is your good name. Welcome. It's Chad. Hey, dear Chad, how are you? That's right, Stray Kids for you. Here is yours. Nawab Khan. Welcome. How are you? Here is your ghost. it's ghost. I don't know any Haryanvi language, so what is the meaning of this? Oh no, I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about the chart. It's Inaya. Hi, dear Inaya. Here is your good name. It's Manvi. Hi, dear Manvi. Here is yours. It's Shivika. Hi, dear Shivika. Here is your good name. Michael Jackson, Nick. It's Bushar. Hello. Here is yours. Welcome. How are you? Okay, let's try Michael Jackson for you. Okay, let's try Bushra. Hi, dear Bushra. Here is a good name. Welcome. Hey, dear. Thank you so much. Greeting from Mexico. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for joining, dear. I am good. How about you? ¿Cómo estás? Hi, dear Aileen. Here is a good name. It's Leonardo. Hi, Leonardo. Here is yours. Gracias. Hi, dear Ariba. Here is a beautiful name. Hello, dear. It's Ella. Oh, Ella is done. My brain is not braining. Hi, dear Lena. Here is a good name. Hey, dear Ariel. Here is yours. It's Akshara. Hi, dear Akshara. Here is your beautiful name. It's Aleph. Hello, dear Aleph. How are you? Here is yours. It's Ashok. Hi, dear Ashok. Here is a good name. Hello, dear Ayla. Here is a good name. Merhaba. Misalsan. Igular. Tap tap. Hey, Fabre. Here is your good name. Welcome. How are you? Hello. Okay, let's try. Oh, we have another Aradhya. Welcome. How are you? Here is yours. It's Sunday. Hi, dear Sunday. Here is a good name. Guys, we are stuck on 126. Can we make it 130 at least? You just have to double tap on your screens like this with your beautiful little hands. Himanshu is here. Hi, dear Himanshu. Here is your beautiful name. I am good. How about you? It's Bharat. Hi. Welcome. Here is yours. Hi, dear Paul. Here is your beautiful name. I am good, dear. How are you? Thank you for asking. It's Layton. Hello, dear Layton. Here is a good name. Let's see who is here. Aleph. Also tap tap. Yeah, double tap. Hey, Aleph, welcome. It's Sonali. Hi, dear Sonali. Here is a good name. Jenny is here. Hello, dear Jenny. Here is yours. Eileen is here. Hello, dear Eileen. Here is a beautiful name. It's Sion. Hi, Sion. How are you? Hi, dear Anshu. Welcome, dear Anshu. Here is yours. Nawab Khan, if you want a screenshot of your name, you can take it now. You can watch my live later too. But here is your name again, and you can screenshot it. Guys, he's taking screenshot, and let's wait for 1 minute. Thank you. You check Nasheed, but I didn't find any Nasheed in audio library. Did you find something like that? Okay, let's write Ishan. Hi, dear Ishan. How are you? Hilal and Okan. Hilal and Okan is here. Hi, it's Priya. Hi, dear Priya. Here is your good name. It's Nafosat. Hello, dear Nafosat. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Amuta. Hi, Amuta. Welcome. How are you? Here is your Suna. Hi, Suna. Welcome, dear. It's Vinu. Hello, dear Vinu. Here is a good name. It's Nana. Hi, Nana. Welcome. Paneet. Paneet. Hi, Paneet. How are you? Here is your good name. Welcome. It's Iker. Hi, dear Iker. Here is yours. It's Ganesh. Hello, dear Ganesh. Here is a good name. Hi, dear Mimi. Welcome, Mimi. Here is a beautiful name. Sukit. Hi, Sukit. What a unique name you have. Welcome. Here is yours. Hi, dear Prabnur. Prabnur is here. Walaikum assalam, Mahi. How are you? Welcome back, Mahi Khan. Here is yours. It's Janvi. Hi, dear Janvi. Here is a good name. Hello, dear Tejveer. Here is yours. Guys, one thing you can do for me. If your name got done there, you just double tap here on your beautiful screens. I will find, but not yet. Yeah, same, but different. Hi, dear Kaylee. Here is your good name. Welcome. Thank you so much. You're most welcome, dear. It's Komal. Hi, dear Komal. Here is your good name. Anu. Hi, dear Anu. Here is yours. Hello, dear J. Boston. J. Boston is here. Hi, Erva. Hello, dear Erva. Here is a good name. It's Angelina. Hello, dear Angelina. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. Chavi is here. Oh, it's Kala. Hello, dear Kala. How are you? Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate your love and support, dear. Thank you. Habiba is here. Hi, Habiba. Welcome. It's Mahdi. Hello, dear Mahdi. Here is a good name. Please, dear Vijaya, please don't write your name in paragraphs because I can't be able to see the other names because of the spam. So please, hi, Aben. Here is yours. Don't spam. Okay, Jungkook. Let's write. Here is yours. Let's see who is next. Did you write my name, Humer? I didn't see it. Even though I don't remember. Let's write. Yeah, in the previous live I wrote your name, but in this live Seriously, I can't remember. Here is yours. Welcome. Where is Hard Kansas? I don't know. Hi, Mahi. Mahi, are you there? It is. Hello. Thierry. Welcome back. Here is a good name. Maisie. Hi, dear Maisie. Here is yours. How are you doing? Let's try BDS for you. Here is yours. Thank you so much. You're most welcome, dear. Guys, now it's time to end the stream, and our last name for this stream is last name for this stream is who's the last? Who is the last? Last but not the least, she fallen. Maybe maybe Samart Khadija. Okay, let's try Khadija for you. Too early, yeah. Have to go. Okay, let's write our last name for this stream, which is Siam or Anhad and Usair and Divyanshi. Okay, Divyanshi is our last name for this stream. Thank you so much, guys, for your precious time. And now it's time to say bye bye. Take care. Love you all. And my next stream will be at 14 GMT, 14:30 GMT. Yeah, 14:30 GMT. Till then, bye bye. Take care. Thank you so much for your precious time. And don't forget to double tap on your screens like this. And there is a subscribe button too, waiting for your beautiful finger press. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Stay hydrated, stay safe. Love y'all. Bye.